Have you ever wondered how easily we can get lost in the chaos of life? Imagine being in a storm of countless noises, each pulling us in different directions. It's so crucial, now more than ever, to tune into that one significant voice, the voice of the divine, guiding us through the storm. In our times of overwhelming distractions, it's the whispers of the Holy Spirit we need to heed. Pledge to yourself, write it down if you have to. Silence the chaos. Reflect on a moment from the ancient tales in Judges 16:20. Samson, unaware that his divine strength had left him, believed he could escape from his enemies just like before. How easily he was deceived. It's crucial to understand that though this is an Old Testament tale, in today's world, it's not about the Holy Spirit leaving us when we falter. Instead, it's about us distancing ourselves from him, overshadowed by our own desires, weaknesses, and distractions. We become desensitized. In ancient times, narratives painted a picture of a deity that might turn away from humanity due to their transgressions. However, many modern spiritual understandings suggest that the divine's love and presence are unwavering. It's us, with our human frailties and tendencies, who often drift away. The world today, with its myriad of distractions, from technology to materialism, poses countless avenues for us to divert our attention from the spiritual to the mundane. This process of distancing is often not abrupt, but rather a gradual one. It's the small, seemingly innocuous decisions that stack up. Perhaps it starts with neglecting a moment of reflection, prayer, or meditation. Over time, these missed moments become habits. Instead of seeking solace and guidance in the divine, we might find ourselves looking for it in the next purchase, social media-like, or fleeting worldly pleasure. Desensitization is a slow numbing of the soul. Just as our physical senses might become less sharp when overexposed to stimuli, our spiritual senses can dull when constantly bombarded by the superficial and the material. When our focus is constantly pulled outward, we may forget the rich, inner spiritual life that awaits our attention. The still, small voice within becomes harder to hear amidst the clamor of the world. Yet, hope and redemption are ever-present themes in spirituality. Just as we have the capacity to distance ourselves, we equally possess the ability to return, to recalibrate, and to rekindle our connection. The first step is often awareness, recognizing the chasm that has formed and feeling that innate longing to bridge it. The journey back may require self-reflection, forgiveness, and a renewed commitment to spiritual practices that anchor us. The narrative of distancing and return serves as a powerful reminder. It underscores the importance of vigilance in our spiritual journey and the unyielding love and patience of the divine. No matter how far we drift, the path back is always there, waiting for our return. Samson, despite being repeatedly betrayed by Delilah, was blinded by his feelings for her. He couldn't see the obvious traps she set for him, even when they were glaringly evident. And in a moment of vulnerability, he shared his divine secret, which led to his downfall. It's a haunting reminder of how our negligence can weaken our connection with the divine. Just like any muscle, our spiritual strength can wane, if not exercised. We might be surrounded by all kinds of external forces trying to pull us into their whirlwind, but we must stand strong. We've witnessed people, even those who claim to have a powerful connection with the divine, slowly fade away in their spiritual strength. Sometimes it's pride, sometimes it's arrogance or other desires that cloud their judgment. And over time, something changes. It's subtle, but noticeable. A once profound presence seems to lose its vibrancy. The decline often starts as a tiny spark of doubt or a momentary lapse in faith. A whisper of temptation or the allure of worldly pleasures becomes too difficult to resist. Gradually, they prioritize earthly desires over spiritual commitments. Their connection with the divine starts to feel distant, like a forgotten friend from the past. The once clear and guiding voice becomes muffled amid the noises of the world. We've also seen how societal pressures play a role. In a world increasingly driven by materialism and instant gratification, standing firm in one's beliefs can become a daunting task. The secular world often seems more appealing, promising rewards and acknowledgments that are immediate and tangible. Many, after facing criticism or feeling isolated because of their faith, start seeking validation from peers rather than from the divine. Yet, what's heart-wrenching is that most of them don't realize the shift happening within them. Just like a frog in a slowly boiling pot, they fail to sense the danger until it's too late. By then, their spiritual essence, once radiant and warm, feels cold and distant. But there's another side to the story. The spiritual journey is not always a linear one. It's filled with peaks and valleys, moments of clarity and confusion. Just because someone seems to have strayed does not mean they're lost forever. The divine, in its infinite compassion, often offers multiple chances for redemption. We've seen many who, after wandering aimlessly, find their way back, their faith stronger than before, forged by the trials they faced. And while the journey back may be arduous, filled with introspection and atonement, it is also rewarding. Those who rekindle their connection with the divine often become its fiercest defenders. Having understood the depth of what they almost lost, they become beacons for others, guiding them away from the pitfalls they themselves once stumbled into. For the onlookers, the ones witnessing these spiritual evolutions, there's much to learn. It serves as a reminder to remain vigilant in our own journeys, to constantly nurture our connection with the divine, and to guard against the distractions that might lead us astray. In the end, everyone's spiritual journey is deeply personal, filled with unique challenges and revelations. But the universal truth remains. Maintaining a connection with the divine requires effort, commitment, and regular introspection. With every challenge faced, there's an opportunity for growth and a deeper understanding of oneself and the universe. However, the truly attuned ones catch even the slightest hint of deviation early on. They may be ridiculed for their stringent ways, perhaps seen as too rigid. Yet, it's their unwavering dedication that sets them apart. They pull away from anything that feels even remotely off. Temptation doesn't just appear. It's a slow and seductive dance. Those truly connected with the spirit can sense its approach and ward it off long before it becomes a threat. Let's join hands, wherever you are. Believe that Father brought you to this moment. Pray with me, O Divine, help us navigate through this noisy world. Keep our spirit attuned to your voice. Strengthen our resolve. We seek to be not just listeners, but doers of your word. If this message resonates, join our community. Dive deeper into these spiritual truths and remember to always keep that connection strong. Nothing, absolutely nothing, is out of reach with the divine by your side.